About 10 seconds and it should kick us up live.
Now I can't see the chat on my end, right?
Yeah, you can. Just click over on the right-hand side. You'll say, it says comments, banners. Just click on comments.
Okay.
And we should be live in about 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Something's going on because Craig is saying that he can see you, but I'm not showing that I'm live. So Craig, oh, there we go. Now it's showing me I'm live. I guess my phone is just lagging even more. Hello, everybody, and welcome, Friday Rambling. And for those of you that don't know, this is Donna from Little Southern Brothers. Mm-hmm. The boys have the account sometimes, but most of the time, it's Donna. So, yeah, just go over, hello, Raquel. And yes, I know Wiley was a bit late, but I can explain. I was helping Donna get set up for hers for tonight. And welcome, Tamfer. Welcome. First live. Are you in for a surprise? And yes, I'm always late, Wiley. And there's Craig's cabin. Hello, Craig. Christian, Raquel, Heather. Heather Hooper is another fellow Canadian. I'm starting to grow some Canadians. Finally, most of my channel was all from the US, but now I've actually got quite a few people. And Rebecca Davis, hello. Joanne, holy jumpins, Lori, you almost beat me here today. You're on the ball. And we've got Uncle Jesse. How are you, Jesse? And before something happens, I have to say thank you, Jesse. But even I know you've ordered them both at the same time. Guess what? Debbie's shirt showed up, not mine. So Debbie said to say thank you very much for the shirt, and I wouldn't let her wear it until I showed it to everybody and thanked you. Oh, all right, Lisa. Oh, I see Lisa there now. Sorry, Lisa. My phone. I've got to read the whole sentence. And yes, this is Miss Donna. Hey, Lynette. And who have we got? Did I miss Big Matt coming in? He's normally in, and I see some people saying hello, but I'm gonna have to say that he's not here yet. No. Now, where do you see that Matt is here? Wiley? Anyways, so Lisa, yeah, I'll have to watch. And whenever I see Uncle Jesse in, I will have to say hello. Yes, that Heather is in everybody's live. She is an amazing subscriber to all of us. And she is so, yeah, we thank her. And Tommy Perkins. Well.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Old Barney's in the... Hang on here. I got to make Barney a sheriff in my channel. There you go. Hello, Tom. Can you see the chats now, Donna?
No.
So if you look over to your right-hand side, it should say comments. Just click on it.
I'm on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
You set the other thing up on your iPad. Okay. And who we got? Oh, Tommy, you're always top. You were just undercover. That's all. And Margie. Hello, Margie. And again, for all the people that are new, this is Donna from Little Southern Brothers. Okay, Wiley, if you can hear me, I didn't delete. It's saying that I deleted all your messages. That is weird. Margie, can we see if we can get them back? Because I have no idea why I have no idea why I wasn't even touching my phone at the time. Now I feel really bad. I'm going to have to send him an Instagram message while we're chatting. Stand by. YouTube's being dumb. He's sending me a message right now. It placed me on timeout. I know it did, Wiley, and I don't know why. Oh my God. I'm trying to. I don't know how Jesse normally does it. He's really good at fixing my screw ups, even though this one wasn't me. Yeah, I don't even know how to go in and. I wonder if I have to do it on here. Although I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I just feel really bad because Altruistic Farmstead, I think you all, if you've been around, you know I'm a huge supporter of them, and it upset me that it put them on timeout. There you go. You're multitasking. Wiley said one of the moderators must be mad. Wait till he finds out it was me. All right. He'll be back. So again, welcome, folks. And Donna, for the folks that don't know, if you want to go ahead and let them know about what you're up to and the boys are up to. And if you're not subscribed to Little Southern Brothers, Margie, can you put the link in the comments for me, or one of the mods? Go ahead, Donna.
Hey guys. So thank you, Scott, for allowing me to come on today and be a part of your show. As you know, some of you may know, we have the boys have their YouTube channel, a Little Southern Brothers, and this month in August we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And by celebrating the 1-year anniversary, we want to do something and allow the boys to give back. And so we decided, me and Tommy had both had the idea, without letting each other know, we would like to do a fundraiser for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So long story short, that's come together, and last Friday night we announced it, and I've not looked this morning, but last night we had raised $1,440, I think, for St. Jude's.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just Friday night alone, I believe it was what, 1,300?
I think it was at 13. My volume, I've almost lost all my volume on my phone.
Oh no.
I think it was 1,320 maybe last Friday
Okay.
night. So
It's showing
hopefully
me
we'll do another 1,000 tonight.
it's showing me 1,500 now you're up to.
Oh, good. I hadn't checked today.
I just pulled it up here right now. And the kids video they put up last night, it's now saying 1.5K of 10K raised with 23 days left. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So even, 1,000 every Friday, and
Yeah.
it'll start rolling. And not everybody is watching YouTube right now, as a lot of creators know. All the numbers are really low right now. It's just everybody's on holidays, and there's so many creators that are taking a break as well.
Right.
It does take a toll, as everybody knows. And oh, there we go. Well, if you're listening, Jesse, I just showed the shirt. So they didn't ship them together, but Debbie's came in yesterday. Thank you. And she thanks you.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know where she ended up. She was around, but she's not around anymore. So there you go. Margie just posted Little Southern Brothers YouTube link. And like I say, if you're not subscribed, please go subscribe. Great folks. And Chloe, yes. Chloe has her driver's license, but she can still outdrive the boys with the big truck. She's doing. She did really well, and I like the way. I just like the way that she took that over with the confidence, and I know you guys were following her, and she just. I couldn't believe that she's always so shy around the camera, but she was in the truck by herself and she talked to the camera the whole time. I'm like, you go, Chloe.
Yeah. We just handed her the camera and said, talk.
Okay. It's saying that I deleted Altruistic Farmstead. Tamfer, just give me 1 sec. I know Wiley, I guess he can see it. He just can't comment. So, Jesse, whenever you get stopped, if you can help me figure out how the heck to get Wiley back. Yeah, I guess he can hear us. So I guess I can't talk about him. So, Tamfer, what did you say? Let me go back, see what you said about altruistic. Altruistic Farmstead. Have you posted a video lately? Yes. They've posted 2 this week. One picking up the beef from Walker Farm Fam. And they also did their live Wednesday whenever they fed the hungry folk that they normally do every Wednesday. So they've posted 2 this week. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Is that the boss right there? Little Miss Chloe. Well, that's the boss, isn't it? 16 going on 25.
See her up there?
Hi, Chloe.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Don't jump, please. You don't need to use St. Jude's. You're only raising money for St. Jude. You don't have to show how they put casts on.
She's already had a blown out knee last year, so we don't allow her to jump anymore.
No. No.
Guess how she blew her knee out? Playing flag football.
Oh, well, that's because she's got to play contact football. Flag football, that's
She dislocated her kneecap. It was on the side of her leg, so they had to go in and put it back where it goes.
oh my goodness. There, you're
Yeah.
back. You're back, Wiley. Thank goodness, because I just don't want to hear the whining anymore. Now I can go now I can go back to YouTube because Wiley was talking to me through Instagram, and that's how I could answer the chat. There we go. I honestly, Wiley, have no idea. I was talking to Donna, and I looked over, and it showed everything you've ever said was deleted. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? And yeah, it says, oops, Altruistic Farmstead has been put on 300 seconds of a timeout. I'm like, anyways, I got big shoulders. I'll take the blame for it. Yeah, so I believe while he's in here now, he can comment, but I believe they just have the 2 out this week, Wiley? And did you see Tommy was saying hello to Chloe?
Oh, I didn't see that. Tommy said hello, Chloe. She says hi.
There you go, Bernie.
Tommy said hi.
And I got to say, last week was such a great live of yours. We didn't even have to delete a single person.
I know.
Unlike 2 weeks ago. Oh my God. I could not delete them fast enough.
I know it.
I
felt so bad for you guys.
Stephanie, Tommy, and I were just like, boom, 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 delete and delete. It's like, okay, what? Who's got a great big sign up saying trolls enter here?
I'm telling you. Sometimes on our lives, it gets crazy like that. I don't know why.
Why? Because they're pushing you more because you have big numbers, right? Where, a little channel like mine is primarily only subscribers that will come because I shouldn't say that. They pushed yesterday. It seems like this week they've pushed me. I don't know. I haven't done anything different. And, other than I did a cooking video, I don't know if this is cooking week and they're pushing cooking channel, cooking. I don't know. But even at that, it was only making the brown sugar, which,
right.
I've had so many comments. If I would have known how easy it was to make brown sugar, I would never buy it. And it's like, it is so easy. If you want basic brown sugar, just add molasses to it. That's it. That's all. And you can make whatever you want, light, dark, but I really, really enjoy putting in the maple syrup or the maple sugar. It just gives it another taste,
right.
which, is great. And now there's some people, I want to start making vanilla extract.
Okay.
But the recipe that I've been given is you have to let it sit for 2 years. I'm like, yeah, at the very, very earliest, you can use it after 18 months is the soonest you can use it. But
that stinks.
It's a really basic recipe. It's spiced rum and vanilla beans. Yeah.
I'm not that patient.
Well, I know I'm going to keep trying it, but I don't know. I'll give it a try. Oh, there's Brutal Bob. Bob, by the time I figured out that I forgot to call you last night, it was almost 11 o'clock. And I know you said that you're up really late, but I honestly hate calling anybody that late. especially knowing that you're not, you're not feeling 100% yet, but Growing with Hudson. Hello, hello. I was just in your live. That's another great channel, Margie, if you want to put it up. She does a lot of prepping and home, couponing and all that stuff, and just a great all-around person. Good person. And I know I've got one more question to answer, and that is, let me go back. Oh my goodness. I really missed a lot of chats. Oh yes. Rolling with Raquel. Actually just met her in Growing with Hudson's live. And she's a fellow Canadian, and she said that she only bakes with, she doesn't use sugar. She just uses maple syrup and honey. And I will shoot you a message so long as you have your email on your YouTube channel. I'll shoot you a message. I don't think they're selling any, but soon as I get to 500, this big old bottle of maple syrup's being given away. And gotta say, sorry about your luck, but there's a package going out, and that's all I've got left. I gave away all my stash, so I will definitely see if he's got any left. I know you're Canadian, but which province are you at? Just so I know how many millions it's going to cost to ship, because it's crazy up here. I can ship down to you guys a lot cheaper than what I can ship to Tony and Joni at 3 provinces over. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we are working on our 5. I know. Wiley and Jen over at actually, Wiley, do you want to pop on with Donna and I? And I don't want to give your good news what happened this week. I will let you do it if you'd like. Okay. I will. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this old jalopy of a laptop to agree with me. All right, Wiley, jump on. Here's a link.
Hi, Chloe. Come here a minute.
All Chloe's fans are here.
I'm going to show you guys what we're giving away tonight, right quick.
Oh. Well, if you're giving away Chloe.
What we're going to give away tonight, back here. Yeah.
Just click on that link that I sent Wiley, and that should let you on. Oh. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. I don't have anything set up right here.
I know you don't. We're just doing on the spur of the moment. And I do apologize for what happened earlier. I still don't know what happened, but.
No problem.
I just, looked over at my phone and it said that I deleted you. And I'm like, or I put you on timeout. I'm like, no, I didn't. There's other people that I would, not you.
Hi, Donna.
I have to like squeeze.
Hey guys, how are you all?
Great. How are you?
Good.
We just want to apologize. Like, we had every intention of sharing your fundraiser on our live the other day, and it gets crazy out there, and the kids are running around with the camera, and we totally spaced it. So
That's fine. That's totally fine. I
we
know
just
how
want to
that
support
is.
other people too. Y'all are doing a good thing. So
Today we were trying to film a video. We had one that was needing to go out because we had gotten sent a product. And so the boys, it's hard because, you know, I know what needs to be said, but they want the boys to do it. And so I'm trying to tell them, you know, you need to say this and you need to say that. And they're like saying everything but what they needed to say. And I was just like, oh my goodness.
hi guys. Hey, wait, I'm talking.
Hi, Lily.
Sorry. Hi, Scott.
How are you,
We come
sweetheart?
outside so we could get away from them, and then they just follow us. Hey, Mom.
That's okay. My youngest is 19, and they still follow us, so it doesn't get any better.
She's fine. Y'all go do that.
So, yeah, you got to share. You got to share what happened after the big announcement of the beef and whatever.
Yeah, so we Walker Farm Fam done a video of the us picking the beef up, and kind of featured us on part of the video.
They can't see you. They can only see your arm. You
And
gotta lean this way.
our subscribers went from
340.
almost doubled overnight.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
We're sitting at 624, 25 right now. I mean, I can't believe it. It was literally, they put it out at 3 or 4 o'clock. What was it? Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it went crazy.
So that's awesome.
and it should be. You know, you guys are doing such a tremendous thing down there, and the more people you can get, you know, helping out just even in the littlest of ways,
Right.
makes such a tremendous difference.
And since then, well, maybe this is something I need to talk to you about afterwards, Scott. I've got some questions about how some things work, so I'll just talk to you about this afterwards.
Okay. Not that I, if I don't know, I know the right people that might know.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we want to give Donna the floor back because, I mean, the thing she is doing is what needs attention right now. So we
just want to
definitely
share.
want to give it back to her.
I want to share everybody because
That's fine. Donna is
doing-
content to just listen.
Listen, Donna doesn't like to be on camera to start with, so to be even on somebody else's live, this is a first.
Pretty big deal, right?
Absolutely, I'm honored.
We were talking about it today, and I think we're gonna do reckless roast next week to feed people.
Cool.
You know, the cow's name was Reckless beef. So everything made with that reckless beef is gonna be called reckless something.
Yeah.
We did reckless lasagna, now we're gonna do reckless roast.
Okay, so you're not doing the chili dogs.
I don't think so.
Old cowboy, he's gonna be some upset with you.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's already upset with us anyway because we ran out of food and wasn't able to pack his brother's to-go boxes. And yeah, he wasn't very happy.
So we told him
I-
next week we'll just pack them up some boxes and drop it off at their house on our way to the park.
That would work because honestly, you guys sold out in 18 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was less than 30 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, usually we're there for 2 hours and we're waiting for a few more people to trickle in. And then we still have a little bit left over to send home with Cowboy. But we weren't there for very long at all before they wiped us out. So this next
Well,
week we're gonna have to make like twice as much.
That's it. I was joking with Hunter and Emily, and next thing they showed the great big lineup, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
And Emily's like, it just keeps getting bigger. I'm like, oh no. I know how many people you prep for, and I'm counting, and I'm going, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best way we know how to do it is to base what we cook off of like catering service or catering like serving sizes. So if you were to order for an event, we try to base that off of our, or I don't know if that makes sense. You're in my face.
Yeah.
And so I would say that we had probably prepared enough lasagna and garlic bread for at least 60 people. And they totally wiped us out super fast. I mean, we were given a little bit bigger servings than an actual serving size, but we don't want anybody to leave hungry.
And some of these folks, they only eat once a day, right? So
right.
And sometimes not even once a day.
Yeah.
So I know I wouldn't be happy if I sat down. I was hungry and I sat down and somebody put one literal serving size on my plate of each piece, So, that's the only way we know how to figure what we're doing. But of course, we also give bigger than one serving size,
Absolutely.
And then if they want more, they can come back and get a second plate or whatever. But
I just want to take a second and say hello to Mr. MT and
hey,
Big
Mike.
Linda, welcome back. Who else have we got? We've got Lainey. I believe that's all the new ones that are in that are actually. Oh, no. There's Tony, our cabin in the woods. Hello, Tony.
Hi, Lainey. Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
And yeah, that's all the new people that are chit-chatting in there. And if you guys, Margie, if you want to go ahead and start sharing some channels, it's Share the Love Fridays. And of course, a little bit of rambling on top of that, but yeah, no, I just, it's great to have both of yous on, and the work that both of yous are doing, I've always got a soft spot for kids, and coaching for 32 years and also being involved in the community and whatever else. Without kids, we have nothing.
Right.
We need somebody to change our diapers in a few years. So
the kids are our future.
If we don't look after them and treat them right, they're going to go to where they can get treated properly. Like, a lot of my generation are down in the States because they got their education up here and went down there to make the money.
Right.
I know 4 people from my graduating class. 2 are in Texas, one's in Florida, and the other's in Washington. And they're, one's a doctor and 3 are nurses. Just that I know of, that I've,
Wow.
kept track of. So, it's amazing. And now you were going to show us something, Donna. What's on tonight's?
So we've been, I don't know if you guys know, but the whole story of us getting on YouTube was because Connor did a entrepreneurship class, and we homeschool. And so we were given the opportunity to go through a program, and it had an entrepreneurship program. So Connor chose video making, filmmaking, and editing as just his thing. So he wanted to do it because Landon was doing it, and so I was like, okay, we'll film a few videos. I didn't know how to film. I didn't know how to edit. I'm not a computer person at all. And so anyway, I thought, well, I'll let him, make a few videos, and if I can figure out how to edit them somewhat, then we can just put them on YouTube, but not ever make them public. And that way, our family, we could go back and we would have all these videos to watch, years later of the kids and things like that. So that was the whole idea. So once we filmed a few videos, they started begging, please, let's just put one on and let's see if anybody will watch it. Please, please, please. So I gave in and made the first one public. Well, Isaac, he chose welding as his class. And so he took a welding class last year and he graduated from that. And as you know, he made some of those cats and he sold them on some of our lives for like $75 each. And he probably, they was just made out of nails and just, I don't know, washers and horseshoes. So anyway, he learned how to do some welding. And then Chloe, she did the tumblers, making the epoxy tumblers. And needless to say, it went over really, really well. And so we stayed so busy all the way through. I was delivering tumblers to people on Christmas Eve. We got so many orders that I've not done any tumblers with her since. None of the epoxy ones. We've started some sublimation tumblers because we were just worked to death. So needless to say, this little entrepreneurship class has turned into something. Of course, the YouTube, it just kind of took off. And but anyway, we've gotten into doing some of the sublimation tumblers. So we've just been kind of playing with that. We don't really know exactly what we're doing yet. We're just getting started. But anyway, we made this one. I don't know if you can see it. It has the little Southern Brothers on it.
Oh, very cool. That is awesome.
And so we have a lady that out of Texas, and she made this design, and it's not real vibrant. Like I said, we're just learning how to do it. We've got our printer fixed now to where it prints really dark, really nice pictures. But anyway, she came up with this design for us and put the American flag. I thought that was kind of cool since it's Southern Brothers. She put the American flag in the background. And then this picture here is actually their skidder. She took a photo and she drew it herself. And then, of course, then she made the font down at the bottom, and put in the little Southern Brothers on there. So we're going to give this away tonight to somebody.
That's super cool.
Cool.
We can do a lot better on these.
I think that
and
the
this
rules
might be something that we actually have on our website.
I'm thinking that the rules for tonight, I'm thinking the rules for the tumbler tonight are either Barney or I have to win it.
No, wait a
Just
minute.
saying.
Wait a minute. I have something to say about
the sheriff or the deputy sheriff. Huh?
I have something to say about that.
Either the sheriff or the deputy sheriff. Nah. I can put you on a timeout again. Oh yeah, no, that's awesome, Donna. So all that it is a picture, and then you're able to do your thing to it, and that's really something. Like, even, I'm sorry, but I wish that see, Bernie likes that idea too. Deputies all over that. That him or I are the two that are chosen tonight. But anyways, entrepreneurship, this generation doesn't know anything. And it's so good to see that, that the kids are being, well, obviously the boys are learning it through Tommy as well.
Yeah.
That how to run not a real small business, but you're able to run a fair sized business. And Chloe, I've seen some of her shirts that she's done, and it's great. It's really, the kids are being taught that I'm sorry, but kids of today are either going to need 2 or 3 jobs to get anywhere, or they're going to need a really good side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever you
way,
look, what's that,
sorry.
Jen?
Oh, I was just gonna say he's hitting me in the face now. Did y'all see that?
I did. I got that on record.
She moved her head into the way. That's all it was.
So I just wanted to say that we follow Chloe on Instagram or her Instagram page that y'all told us about during your live, and she does really great work. And I absolutely love seeing the boys out there doing men's work. Like, they're men, you know, grown men that don't work as hard as those boys do, and that is awesome. Like, the kids of this generation just don't do that. I mean, so many of them, our kids don't have video games or anything because we don't want them sitting inside all day long. But they don't work nearly as hard as yours do. It makes me feel like we're coming up short. But we just started homeschooling at the end of last year, so.
It's really, I've said that right from the get-go, the work ethic that those boys have, they've obviously learned through yourself and Tommy that, if you don't have a good work ethic, you're not going to go anywhere. Right. I'm sorry. There's only a few people that are going to be able to win the lottery. And, the rest of us are going to have to put in, an honest day. And, I know housing up here is just crazy. And, I've been told down there is starting to go crazy as well. Like a 4-bedroom bungalow here, you're looking at anywhere close to a large city. You're looking at 600, I'd say 350 to 600,000, depending on what's kind of subdivision you're moving into. Like, wow. Who the heck? Yeah. Like these. So the one good thing, Canada was just giving away mortgages, but they started about 6 months ago that because the interest rate is so low, we redid our mortgage last year, I think for 1.75. Because I was joking with the lady. I'm like, so you're going to give me money now to take a mortgage out? The interest rates are just so low. But like they said, if it goes up 3 or 4 points, these people are going to lose their houses because they're not going to be able to afford the interest. So the Canadian,
and probably, I don't know about up there, but around here, I know, 99% of the people get an adjustable, APR, and they don't even realize it. They don't understand that in 5 years from now, they might be paying double what they're paying right now.
Yeah.
Oh, when I first go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, what the Canadian government has done now has come right out and said, if you don't pre-qualify for 5% interest, you're not getting a mortgage. Wow. So at least that gives 4%, the 3.5% that, they know that these people can still live. They're not going to be mortgage poor.
We financed our land in 2018 through a development company, I guess you'd call it. And so they buy a big chunk of land and break it up into lots and ours, and they charge everybody 12% interest. So as we were paying our payments, our payments were about $300 a month, and less than $30 of that was going towards our principal balance each month. Wow. So our balance was actually going up every month. And so, we ended up, when I quit my job at the post office, I cashed in part of my retirement, and we went ahead and paid everything off, which was the best thing to do. Because, if we would have paid it out per the contract, what we financed for $27,000, we would have ended up paying almost $75,000 for. Well, I'm like, that's highway robbery. How do they get away with doing that? But
exactly. Like Raquel just said, and she's up here in Canada. 15 years ago, she got 80 acres with a trailer on it for $65,000.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
So you look at
We
where
did
we are
that.
today, like, I think we paid 142. Ours will go for about $500,000 now.
Wow.
But my thing is who's going to afford all this?
Right.
Right.
Like,
Right. If your kids get old enough to have their own place, like you're saying, you're going to have 3 jobs just to have a roof over your head.
Yeah. Like, there's people that are making half decent money that they don't, they honestly just, they can't make ends meet. They're moving back in with their folks. And I know quite a few of our friends that their kids are back. I've got one that came back just to pay off her debt. And, there's just no other way for them to do it. And it's sad that the government let it get like this. But anyways, we won't go there.
Let's be careful what we talk about so your channel doesn't get censored.
They're actually pretty, I got to say, they're pretty good about that. You'll only get censored and flagged if we sing 100-year-old hymn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. That's ridiculous.
Or talk about the C word.
Yeah. Or the S word. Can't talk about the S word either. That's why everybody's family now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's right, Raquel. The cost of everything's went so high, but the wages haven't really, other than our minimum wage now is $15, but they raised it from, I think, $12.40 to $15. Well, everybody was like, woohoo! It's like, you might get $20 more on your check. That was for the government to take more money.
Right. And when you go to the store now as a consumer, that small business has to raise prices to cover those wage costs.
Yeah, absolutely. And trucking, the guys that are out on the roads, they're trying to move loads for $2 a mile. They might be $2.50 now, but it's crazy. Whereabouts are you, Tamfer? They're saying their minimum wage is $11.75. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mike, you said yours is right around there as well, right?
I
can't remember.
I don't think ours is even close to that.
Oh, you're in.
I think
So Tamfer's in Vermont, and they're $11.75. I know Upper New York State, before the pandemic, they paid their folks nothing for retail.
Minimum wage in Oklahoma is $7.25.
How can anybody even afford,
You could work a full-time job at that and not be able to pay your monthly expenses. Families literally have to have 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their head and food on the table.
That's, it's disgusting. Like, even our waitresses make more than that here, because they don't get minimum wage per se. They get what they call a server's wage, and then their tips on top of that.
Plus tips.
And here in Oklahoma, last time I heard, that server's wage was like $2 and some change per hour, and then they had to rely on tips for the rest of it. And so if you work at a restaurant and nobody's coming in to eat, it's not worth the gas money to go to work that day.
Well, I was just thinking that $7.25, but yet, our teachers up here make, a teacher that's been in the profession for 5 years plus are making about $90,000. A principal or vice principal of a school make $115,000 plus.
Wow.
A police officer starts here at what the top end of your sheriffs make.
Wow.
Our guys start at $65,000 a year.
Wow. You think about it, a lot of people that has a big family, if they do go out to eat, like you were talking about the restaurants, you know, by the time they take their family to eat and pay for the food, you know, they can't really afford to leave that much of a tip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
It costs
it's like, you know,
$100
it's
for
a
us to
treat
take
just to get to
bargaining
take
out.
them out. Yeah.
So, well, we went to pick up my oldest Mackenzie at the airport on Wednesday night. Actually, during Mike and Terry's live, I was chit-chatting while I was waiting for a plane to land. And my middle daughter, I said, you know, Kyle was out in the field with the military. And I said to Brooke, I'm like, okay, you know, you're heading away to school in 2 weeks. Dad, let's go. We'll have, you know, a dad-daughter date. And we'll whatever you want, we'll go for dinner. And she picked a restaurant that is like, there's fajitas, and you know, it's called Lone Star. I know you guys don't have it down there. To be close to yeah, I don't, but you know, there's nothing really special about it. And I damn near fell off my chair. The bill came with tip, 2 of us, and she had 1 drink. I had Pepsi. It was $104 for 2 people. I said, I will never come back anywhere near this place again. Like, I just.
God, my phone's at 5%. So if I go away, you'll know what happened. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, whichever, if you go away, then know that it's quite all right. And I'll see you at 7:30.
That
Yeah,
sounds
well, I'll
good.
see you later.
But and if you want to head off now, it's totally fine. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'll go ahead and sign off. I appreciate you having us
Sure.
on, having me on, and I appreciate all that you do for the boys channel. It means a lot.
Well, anything I can do for those 2 young men, they're amazing folks. You know, y'all are. And
We'll see you tonight, Donna.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Anyway, take care, Donna. No, Wiley, Jen,
What
where
happened?
are you? There you are.
He blocked us again.
God.
I'm just getting way too used to this booting people away today.
We're done with
You
UNC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are great. Here, let me put on my steel toe boot. Boof. Oh man. But yeah, no, it oh
the
really,
post
Margie? You guys have a Lone Star. Cool. I didn't think it was a US franchise. I thought it was strictly Canadian. But again, it's just who can afford that? 2 people. I could see if it was Debbie and I on a date and that was a few drinks and, you know, an evening out of it. But really, 1 drink, and we had fajitas for 2, and that's it.
Wow.
And so it's like, yeah, I will never grace their doorstep again. Yeah, they might have got $104 out of me, but I'm like an elephant. I remember.
Yeah.
And it's Mike was just saying, in Oklahoma, if you make $7.25 an hour, that's $1,160 a month before taxes. And I'll guarantee if you're making $7.25, they're not paying your health either.
No. Mm-mm.
So, yeah,
Most cases, at
I
least.
just don't understand. Well, here you go, Mike. You usually come in on Fridays. I'll drop the link for you. Come on in. So, yeah, no, it's, and for, you know, just chatting with you guys too, it's absolutely amazing that you were able to get that many subscribers that fast. I just pray that I just pray that they're not doing it just, you know, that they want to be involved in the community and, you know,
There's been a lot of people that have left comments.
And,
awesome.
And there's other parts to that I was talking about that I want to talk to you about later. So yeah.
Obviously, the bigger you get, the more trolls you're going to get. But
right,
you got to be really careful, and especially with people offering product that don't, that's one thing you really gotta. And I learned the hard way. I've lost some money, and it is what it is. But I'm starting to learn pretty quick who to trust, who not to trust, and like I said yesterday.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So far, we are sitting at 100% positive comments.
Yep.
On our whole channel, we have 4 dislikes, 4 thumbs downs. That's it.
Wow.
So
and really, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
If they give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, it still means the same in the eyes of YouTube.
Still an interaction with your page. Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. So they're still interacting, or what I enjoy doing the odd time is getting in a discussion with somebody in the comments.
Oh yeah. Back and forth. Right.
So I know that they're going to be deleted, and I'll just keep it going for a while because YouTube's going, oh, look at the interaction. They're not looking what everybody's saying. They're just seeing that the back and forth interaction. Wow, that's great. Delete. But after, just give me a sec here. I gotta open the door for Big Mike. And here we go.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on, guys?
Not a lot.
Living the dream, buddy.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You got grandkids there?
We had to turn that down on the big TV.
I could hear it on the TV as well. But I don't think they were accidents, Margie. There's a lot of trolls that just decide to give thumbs down if they look at you the wrong way. I don't think they were accidents, Margie.
There's a lot of people that are against feeding the homeless.
Decide to give thumbs down if they look at you the wrong way.
Getting a lot of feedback. Is that coming from Mike?
Yeah, it's coming from Mike. He's just got to exit out of YouTube.
I think I cleared it up.
Yeah, no, there's no more back feed now.
Okay.
Yep,
I had 2 windows open. That's why.
I learned my lesson with that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll tell you what, you guys were talking about that, and I'm an employer, and it is the hardest thing. Number one, when you start people off at minimum wage to keep them. What I try to do is since I've moved to Oklahoma from Korea, I've learned to up that money so I can keep employees once I hire them. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Sort of incentive, or you're not going to be able to keep anybody.
Yeah, and with the government, it is. Joe's already made a minimum wage for government contractors. So if you earn or win a government contract, all your employers have to make $15 an hour. So I don't see it lasting too long where he says the entire federal government, which I work for, will have to go to $15 an hour, because the government's always the test bed. No matter what they try to do, if it's equal opportunity, if it's whatever, it always starts with the government employees first, because it's the largest company in America is the federal government. So we have to be, if you will, the testing bed to see what happens. But everybody knows you can drink the Kool-Aid all you want, but if minimum wage nationally goes up and everybody's mandated to go to $15 an hour, what you're paying for now is going to skyrocket. And those states and those cities like Seattle has already done it, and the cost of living in Seattle just skyrocketed. And people are saying, hey, wait a minute, this ain't helping us. Well, no, it's not helping you, because they have to raise the prices to cover their overhead.
Right.
And labor is part of their overhead, and they're going to have to charge more. And the first rule of business is you pass it along to the customer.
Right.
And if you don't, you're going to close your doors.
Right.
Yep.
I went to McDonald's, and they've already started like they did in Korea, where number one, you can use an app to order your meal and pull up at the window, or you go inside and they have those kiosks and you have to order your own meal, so they don't have to hire people at the cash register. Now they do have one, normally they have one cash register open. That's just for people who are blind or need assistance and stuff like that. But they usually never man that. And you have to use the kiosks and stuff like that. So, they're going to cut Canada. They're going to cut services and all that stuff. And there's nothing you can do about that, because I get it. People can't live off $7.25 an hour. There's no way. I don't have anybody making $7.25 an hour. I think my lowest wage person is like $12 an hour. Okay, and they're my flex employees, meaning flexes, if they work, they get paid. If they don't work, they don't get paid, and there's no benefits that go with flexes. So like stuff like that. And they're always working for a benefit job, and I get that, and I have those, a lot of those. And when people move on or something like that, then of course all my people, they have a higher priority to get those jobs. So that's what I try to do. I like to promote from within.
Well, sure, those people are giving their blood, sweat, and tears to move up in your organization. So, and their work ethic. If you look at kids that are like, I hire high school kids, usually those are summer jobs and stuff like that, and they're about $8 or $9 an hour that I pay them, but they're living at home and so on and so forth, and they can pad their resume with the jobs that they get with us. So. But if you're the breadwinner, even $7.25, you can't do it.
No.
There's no way.
At the post office as a letter carrier, being there for 5 years, or I was there for 7, but my part-time or my flex time essentially didn't count towards my step increases.
Right.
So, I made between $20 and $21 an hour, and as a single mom with 4 kids, that barely kept us afloat. We had $125 to spend on food after expenses every pay period. Yeah. That was $125 for 2 weeks. There was no way that we could have gone out to eat, or that, there was no room for extras. And that was $20 an hour.
If you're making $15 an hour, I'm just in my head, that's probably $32,000 a year before taxes. And then you're gonna probably pay around $8,000 or $6,000 a year in taxes to the federal government. Then you got your state, you got your OSID. You got everything coming out of that thing, and then you look at it and you go, "Why am I working here?"
Yeah, exactly. And then it's especially bad if you're in a job and you feel that way and you're not even being treated well.
Yeah.
It's easier to be like, oh, well, I don't get paid that much, but I like my job and my boss is really great. But working at a post office, they treat you like crap, and they work you run you into the ground. Yeah. And it's hard to stay for $20 an hour.
Yeah.
And yes, Raquel, you do hear snorting. That's Wiley and Jen's pig in the background.
Yeah.
She's like, do I hear snorting?
She's almost 500 pounds.
But there's a thing that we really push.
Hunter's petting or this way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a big girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's big.
Oh, is that the one you were talking to Chris about yesterday?
It is, yes.
Okay.
We have 3 more in a different pen. But she's a food hog, so she has her own space because she won't share with the others.
Yeah.
And she's trained on a hot wire, so you could tell we didn't have a fence around her. We just have one strand of electric fence that goes around her and it keeps her in.
Okay.
As long as we can keep the fence plugged in, the kids like to unplug it.
Yeah, we want
that's all
to
you
get.
need is
We're looking at. We have a piece of part of our land up here that we're going to start building on to build a pig area because we want to start raising pigs too. So.
The sun's like shining through the trees right on my eyes.
So.
Yeah, we have
Go ahead.
3 more in a pen back there, but yeah, she's just separated up. She's the one we had. Her sister is the one that provided the meal for the sulfur meetup.
Oh, okay. She was good. She was good.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any complaints coming from her.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I will tell you that this morning we got, I think we got 27 meat chickens about 2 weeks ago or something like that. And we were out there this morning and we were building one of those movable chicken tractors. And it's only 2 foot tall, 6 by 8 foot long. That's more than enough room for them. And we were out there. We finished up the framing for it. And I'm going to tell you something. It was like 95 degrees out there over here by McAllister. And I said, you know what? This is going to have to be a 2 or 3 step project because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had two of our meat chickens. They died. One committed, I guess, suicide when she opened up the pen door because it sets up. Our brooder sets up. It ran over towards her, didn't see the ledge, and fell down, landed on its head, and killed itself. But I put a brace there, so like a piece of wood there, so they couldn't get past it anymore. And then another one died last night. We don't know why, but all the other little chicks back on it and stuff because it was whatever.
Good thing they sent you a couple extra, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because we ordered 25 and they sent us 27. So we've already gone through the 2 extras. So
we started out with probably a little over 100 chickens in spring. And we had coccidiosis go through the flock.
Somebody had donated chickens, and we're not very good farmers yet. I mean, we just started this year, and so now we understand why people quarantine any new animals that come onto their farm, because somebody had donated a bunch of chickens to us. We brought them home and just let them go in the yard with the rest of them, and we lost 2/3 of our flock.
Yeah.
It was bad. So
yeah, I know there's a thing. Kevin over at Hidden Heights Farm, he did a video on that disease, that coccidiosis. And he said you can order this liquid just for that, and you only put like a catful in their water. But man, I looked it up, and it was like $195 a bottle. But it works. It works, and you only have to use it once. And you put it in their water one time, in one of those waterers, and you only have to put a catful in there, and that's the only time you're going to use it. And he said he's had his for like 4 or 5 years, and he's only used it a catful at a time, and it really works. But Terry just told me that she thinks that one that just died had chicken butt, and we didn't notice it. So it hardens, it closes up, and they can't release it, and then they die. So we didn't notice that on that one chicken. So she checked all the chickens, so they're good.
Ours started with coccidiosis, and then they had an upper respiratory infection or something like that. And so we treated them with, and then the chickens that were donated also had mites. So we went through like 3 or 4 different treatments. And when treating for the mites and the upper respiratory infection, we actually had to catch every single chicken and give them a shot of antibiotics And then we had to catch them again and give them like 5 drops each of ivermectin. Was it ivermectin? Yeah, ivermectin on their underneath their feathers. And it was very time consuming, and we still ended up losing like 2/3 of our flock.
Yeah.
It didn't affect our guineas or our ducks or our turkeys or our quail. It's just all the chickens.
Yeah, what we do is we have a little wooden box that we put in the brooder when they start getting their feathers and stuff. And we put that, whatever that something earth, yeah, I can't even say that word. We put that and mix it with regular dirt in a wooden box for the chicks, and then they'll get in there and it takes care of the mites really well. And she does the same thing in her coop. She spreads it all over the ground and all that stuff. And then where they go out in their pen, they always make the hole so they can take a dust bath, and she'll fill that up with that stuff. And then so it really helps.
Yeah.
You just can't have chicken. You can't just have chicken say, go for it, because you have to learn, and we're learning every day.
Yeah, right. And ours are primarily free range. We built a pretty decent sized chicken run and chicken coop in the spring, but since all of the chickens got sick, we've had to lock them out of there because the respiratory infection takes a while to die off. So we can't let them back in their chicken coop right now.
Yeah,
so they just kind of
chickens free range. We don't let them free range because we have so many hawks out here. And it's like they just sit on everything waiting, and they stare at that chicken pen. And I go, wow, they're having a business meeting out there, all the hawks, and they're waiting for their time. But we do let the turkeys out. I mean, he's huge, and she's big too because they eat really well here on the homestead. But we've learned today we try to whistle for our male turkey Peep, and we try to do everything we can to get him to gobble. So we found out today what makes him gobble. When you pound a nail, and he hears that strike, he gobbles constantly.
That's funny.
I said, is that him gobbling? She goes, yeah. So I went back to work, and she went outside, and I was hitting nails out of some repurposed wood that I'm building my chicken tractor out of all repurposed wood. We did the hen house, everything we do. I go to the recycle yard on the installation here, and I buy it for like $36 a trailer load wood, 2x4,
that's awesome.
all that stuff. So everything we build here is all repurposed lumber from the installation. And so every time I hit it, she goes, it's when you hit that nail on the wood, he goes, that's when he gobbles. So I started hitting it. He gobbled. I hit it. He gobbled. And he wouldn't stop. Every time he hears that bang.
That's hilarious.
That's what triggers him. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, I see funny. Vision Acres has now joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike and Chelsea.
Is it Mike or Chelsea?
Yeah. I'm going to put a $5 bet on it's Mike.
It's shot gobbling, yeah.
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 That's hilarious.
Yeah, but we let them out. We let them out in the mornings before we, grain them and stuff, give their food to them and stuff like that. And they'll walk around the yard, and it's funny. They got their wings down and they're running, like an old dinosaur getting after, because we are inundated by grasshoppers right now. Where some people have the grass worms. I mean, it's like a cloud of grasshoppers here on the plain area over here in McAllister area. And I mean, it is funny when they go after them grasshoppers. I mean, it's like a bunch of like T-Rexes running around. It is funny, but they fill up on them.
They look hilarious from behind.
Yeah.
When a chicken runs away from you, they've got that fluffy little butt, but a turkey, they kind of like wobble almost. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
Now we started out with 4 turkeys, but they was all 4 hens, so I traded 2 of the hens for a tom the other day. So we're letting them stay in the pen just a little longer for him to get acclimated to the area, and then we'll probably let them out free range.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking for some more hens. So but we want to get them as babies so she can raise them the same
Right.
way. I mean, she just
Right.
sits out there and she just pets them ever since they were chicks.
What kind
And
do you
now
guys have?
We only have two. We have a male and a female.
What kind?
They're called, I don't know what she knows what they are, but they're black. They're mostly black, and then all their tip feathers are all white. And I think she called it like a rustic golden, or I don't know what it was.
Narragansett or something like that.
But she raised them ever since they were chicks, and she pets them and pets them and pets them. Every time she goes out, when I go out there, he just looks at me. He's got a red and blue head. He just looks at me. She goes out there, he's like doing all this stuff, and his head turns solid white every time he sees her. Which means
Funny.
you know what solid white means?
neighbors,
Solid white means he's in love and he's ready to play.
Yeah.
But every time he sees her, his head
We
turns
ordered our
white.
turkey.
And a lot of people, and I didn't know that, and I watched a guy named Flair. I don't know if you've ever seen Flair on, he's got a hunting show and stuff. And he said that when he buys the decoys, when he goes turkey hunting, he takes the head on the decoy and he paints the whole thing white. And I'm going, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, people who make those would know that, the colors they put on, they're supposed to be the right colors. So he puts it out in the field, and these toms came and just pile drive that decoy. And it's because when their head turns white, that means they're ready for breeding.
Wow. We have midget whites.
Yeah.
And we went in with our neighbors and bought them because when you ordered them online, you could only get 10, and they didn't want 10 turkeys. So we went halves on them with them. And so they're all white turkeys, and their heads turn blue when they're like strutting. And it's funny because every time our neighbor goes outside, her Tom he gets blue and his snoot gets all like super long. And he definitely changes quite a bit. Like this morning, you could barely tell our Tom was a Tom.
I related a Tom turkey to a mood ring. Remember the old mood rings? You could and it changed colors depending on your emotions. Well, that's the same thing with the turkey. I mean, their heads turn for their emotions and stuff. If you look at Adler Farm, every time Grandpa Adler or Chad went into the pen, that turkey's head just turned, the whole thing, everything turned bright red, and they attacked them every time.
Oh my goodness.
That's attack mode. When it turns solid red, they're agitated. So,
did you see Jesse's comment, Mike? Peep and Tom, Mike.
Peep and Tom. Well, Peep is the male, and Pip is the female. And here's what we didn't know, because we bought them at Atwood's, which is a farm and home store here in Oklahoma area. And someone said, when you look at the chicks and the brooder at these places, look if the head is like, when you look at them, they're square heads. That's a male. If it's round, perfectly round, it's a female. We picked out one of each, and she looked at him. She goes, I want that one, and I want that one. And we got those. And guess what? It's a male and a female.
Wow. I'll have to remember that. I haven't.
If you look at their heads and it's square when they're chicks, and you'll see it. It looks like a rectangle. All right?
I've never heard of that.
Yep.
Never heard of that.
Didn't know that. And it was absolutely true. And someone could give you 10 chicks, and you might end up with 9 toms and one hen. You don't know. But she looked at him and she picked them out, and she hit it on the nail on the head.
That's awesome.
This is the things you learn when you homestead.
She's just a poultry whisperer.
Terry's the chicken whisperer. I'll tell you what. They love her, even her chickens. I mean, I get in there and they just run away from me. They just flock around her like she's Eve or something. I don't know.
But you probably go in, do what you got to do, and get out. where
She spends time with them.
she'd goo on them and pet them, and of course.
Yeah, all our chickens, she did the same thing. She just played with them, and they just love her. So.
When we walk out the door in the morning, all the chickens and ducks and guineas all flock around you. I mean, you can't hardly walk through the yard. You're tripping over them or stepping on them.
Yeah. Well, they relate to you because your food. Hey, that person gives me stuff.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, you guys are finally out of bed. Feed us.
Yeah.
Now, a guinea, do they serve any, like, can you eat a guinea, or are they just a cleanup bird?
No, you can eat them.
Yep.
I haven't tried it, but you can eat them.
Now, what do they taste like?
We don't know yet.
Chicken.
All right.
They actually taste like a Cornish hen.
Okay.
If you've ever had Cornish hen, where it tastes like chicken, but it's wild, it's a different taste. That's what a guinea does. Yeah.
Well,
and you can eat their eggs.
They also say that the guinea meat is just a little tougher than chicken.
Yeah. Like I say, a Cornish hen.
Yeah.
And that's the same way.
So almost like a mix between a duck and a chicken.
No, not even close to a duck.
Oh, okay. It's not that kind of taste then. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where, a guinea, I mean, you cook it just like a chicken, everything. They get pretty meaty too. But a lot of people only really have them for ticks and bugs and stuff like that because they're like a lawnmower when it comes to ticks.
Yeah, they are.
They're a lawnmower.
As far as raising them to strictly for meat, a guinea is actually very hard to raise.
Yeah.
So, if you have them and you want to cull one out of the flock and eat it, I'd say, that's probably a good idea. But as far as trying to raise them strictly for meat, that would be a pretty tough business.
Yeah, I would say so too.
We started out with a dozen of them this year.
Or more.
Or more. And we have 6 of them left. Because they just
predators or
no, they migrate around. I mean, sometimes they'll just take off. Like if there's too many males, the males will just take off.
Yeah.
Well, and our neighbor had bought probably half a dozen of them. And one day he's like, "Where did my guineas go?" And another neighbor called us and was like, "Hey, are these your birds over here? Because our flock just got bigger." And they just kind of adopted the neighbor's flock and he had to start over.
That's hilarious. So Raquel asked if it'd be similar to a partridge meat.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Okay.
From what I understand, that'd probably be close.
Yeah, because I've had partridge.
So there you go, Wiley. Catch, clean, and cook. Got to do up a guinea.
I'll have to do a video where you guys can see it.
Yeah.
The guineas are kind of hard to catch. The kids are pretty good chicken wranglers, but the guineas are fast.
Yeah.
Look at him just standing on her.
I've seen the oh my goodness, what's the one homesteading that I watch? He's just building his mom a house. Doug and
Stacy.
Yes. And I've seen their guineas, and those little suckers move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his are quite big now.
Yeah, guineas, you really have to you want guineas when they're chicks. If you get them when they're adults, you have to leave them in a hen house or a place a long time for them to readjust that's home again.
Right.
And you only can feed them when they're inside there. Okay. Or they'll never come home to roost. They'll be up in your trees all night. And I mean, that's just hawk bait.
Yep.
And
that's
anything else that eats chickens.
That's the thing about a guinea is they're hard to raise from a keet all the way to full grown. And that's where we lost most of ours was, whenever they was really young.
we have one white guinea, and the rest of them are like the polka dotty ones. I can't remember what they're called. And man, one of the polka dotted ones will make the white one mad, and they just do laps around the yard. It's hilarious because I mean they'll go for an hour or more just chasing each other, and like they'll jump up on top of buildings and then jump off, and it's hilarious watching them chase each other.
And some people say they're like the bully of the bird family.
Oh
Right.
yeah, they most definitely are.
They're bullies.
When we feed the birds in the morning, the guineas are always trying to run everybody else off, but they're so outnumbered they can't.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
See what you learn, Scott? It's crazy, right?
Absolutely. And that's, I can go to bed tonight that I've actually learned something new.
Yeah.
And
Fact
I was
101.
I was taught something very, very, very soon whenever I was on the road driving. An old fella, it was actually down bottom end of Tennessee. A little ma pop truck stop. I decided I wanted a hot meal, so I was in there eating. And he said, "Do you mind if I join?" So we chatted, because me, like to talk. And he goes, "I'm going to tell you one thing, son. If you don't learn something new every single day out here," he said, "retire. Get off the road because you're going to kill yourself or you're going to kill somebody else."
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's true. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
And, whenever people realize that, be a little observant. It goes a long way in life.
Yeah.
And Brutal Bob, you're nice to see that the doctor let you come back out and play. That was nice of him. Welcome back.
Yeah, they do hunt guineas in Africa.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's a game bird over there.
Hi, Lily.
This is our turkey.
No, she's a mini monster. I named her that on Wednesday.
Guaranteed.
Now you gotta write the numbers over here by yourself without tracing them.
But oh, there's Lovda. Hello, how are you?
Here.
I appreciate the thumbs up very much. Sandra, hello to you. And I'm just trying to look. I don't think there's anybody new.
He's talking.
No, I think I've caught everybody so far. So, but unlike
Raquel
last
said,
Friday,
Raquel said that a guinea's not as fast as a dog.
Yeah.
She learned that her dogs like the taste of guinea.
It's hot. Okay,
See?
here. Go finish your
time
math.
to go. Oh, math work. I love math.
Ooh.
Oh, they can't see it. Here. Yep. Just tracing letters.
Numbers.
Good
Numbers.
job.
Numbers,
I was
yeah.
doing letters earlier. I haven't finished them yet. Okay. Well, go work on your work. The joys of homeschool.
It's, there's not a whole lot of it up here until 2 years ago. Whenever the pandemic started, then a lot of people started doing homeschool.
Yeah.
But before that, I couldn't tell you probably. I might have known 2 or 3 people my entire life that ever homeschooled.
Yeah.
It just,
We had a lot of people quit their job where I work at because when the pandemic hit and the kids they closed all the schools, it was cheaper for one of the parents to quit their job than to pay for childcare.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And in fact, I mean, one lady said, I said, "Well, why are you quitting?" She goes, "Well, I'm going to go home and I'm going to homeschool my kids because what I make, I'm paying twice as much in childcare."
Yep.
So,
Yep.
there's a lot of mothers that, well, and fathers too, that the main breadwinner stayed working,
Yeah.
and the rest, the other spouse started staying at home because daycare, you're looking $250 to $275 a week here
Per
Yeah.
kid, per
Per kid.
child.
per child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even make $1,000 a week. I made $1,000 every 2 weeks.
Yeah. You don't get a you don't get a discount for having more children in daycare.
No.
They do it by the child. Because I mean it costs money. I get that. But
Absolutely.
people did take advantage in the childcare business and stuff like that. And a lot of people were forced to take their child over to somebody who wasn't really certified to take care of children, and they take a risk by doing something like that.
Right.
So, I get it. When I was a kid, my mom was a single mom. She had 7 children when my dad died.
Oh my goodness.
And I know that we went to school, and I had 3 or 4 younger siblings that she put water and food in a room and had to lock the door, and she had to go to work because she had no other way of doing it. Because she was working a minimal job, because she only knew how to be a mom. She never had a job a day in her life. So she had to take jobs to get experience. And that's what she had to do with my younger siblings. And then when we came home, we would unlock the door, and then we would take care of them when I think the age is supposed to be 16 or whatever it is to watch children or babysit. But that's what we had to do to survive. But nowadays, if someone turns you into doing that, you'd be doing time.
Oh yeah,
You're doing big time.
Yeah. So look who's here. The chicken whisperer.
I can't get on that side.
Hey, Terry.
Oh,
Hi.
hi, Terry.
She did her hair. She cut her
Well, of
hair.
course, just for us.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. She was turning gray. And so she says, hey,
May as well just do it all the way.
why don't I just do the whole thing gray?
Just make it look
amazing,
like it's
Terry.
done on purpose.
What am I doing?
You're the wrong. No,
Which way?
I guess I got it. Yeah, I got to
Which
go
way?
on
You
that
know,
side.
Yeah.
Gotta like squeeze in.
Yeah.
Act like
So-
you love each other.
You know what? Now Terry's just
Yeah, 'cause
trying to
I-
look like Uncle Jesse. That's all she's
I don't
trying
even
to
know
do.
what I'm doing here.
You don't. That's okay. I was going to say scoot chair over.
How's that? So yeah, now she's all gray.
It looks great.
That's okay. I went gray. I shaved it, or not shaved it, but took it
See
pretty
this?
much down.
That's all this.
Yeah.
I
But it
haven't
only
had hair
grows
on
on
my head.
Hey,
I
it
haven't
only
had
grows
hair on my
the
head
side.
since I was 18 years old.
Yeah, mine only grows on the side. Yeah,
I started
I've-
going
I've
gray
got
at
kids.
17.
I've got kids that are almost 30 years old that has never seen me with hair.
oh, yeah,
Well, I've always had the goatee, and during the pandemic, whenever it first started, they said that's one of the ways that it could, transfer. So I just got rid of it because Debbie, being frontline hospital worker, the chances of her bringing it home was quite high. And yeah, my kids just kind of looked at me and like, oh my God, you
Yeah.
look like you're 30 years younger.
yeah.
But yeah, no, once we found out that it wasn't, it's now I'm starting to grow back.
Yeah. Yeah, she tells me I can't cut this off because when it's all bald, she goes,
balance.
you need balance.
Debbie says the exact same thing, Terry. She's like, that's fine. If you're gonna, keep your head shaved down, I don't care, but you need some facial hair. She said, you look 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I want to grow all this. I want to grow all of this, but with my job and everything like that, you just
Oh,
they kind of frown.
read Uncle Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
You'd expect nothing less.
Yeah. We love him and his wife. We love them.
Oh,
They're great.
absolutely. Lisa and Jesse are just great folks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
They got a call and it messed up their audio. Oh no.
Remember, it seems every time Wiley gets a call on his phone, we can't hear him after he hits ignore.
He's trying to read your lips.
Yeah. The last time he had to log out and log back in.
Yeah.
He's gonna he'll be back.
Yeah.
But who else? Sandra, thank you. Yes, that's great that you shared it with your daughter. I saw that she subscribed to my channel. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you. And just make sure you watch a video and at least do a comment. And maybe you'll stick around. Because if not, they'll get rid of you.
Yeah.
Oh, Wiley must be really having a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike said he shaved one time since he's been out of the Army.
Oh
Chelsea, and Chelsea cried.
There you go.
He said, I must be ugly without a beard.
That it's something, it makes us look younger, I guess.
I guess. There you go. You get in there?
Thank you.
All right.
And if you, Kendra, if you scroll up, there should be a whole bunch of other great channels that are here. MT Homestead right here beside me. Great folks. Well, Terry is. Mike's all right.
Hey, come on.
He's all right.
Oh,
He's
you know,
okay.
yeah,
It's like, I know Jesse said it before. It's Beauty and the Beast.
that's hilarious. And then we got old Brutal Bob. Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose, Bob, you would have to shave for being with the police force. Oh, working undercover. A lot of our undercover guys up here that I know
You know that.
Yeah.
are all, usually the undercover guys all have beards and long hair and look like somebody that maybe doesn't have a home.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Craig, that's why you fit in so good here. Procrastination is so much fun on Thursday and Friday. Oh, Joe. Hello, Joe. Happy Friday.
Hey, Joe.
Nice to see you, my friend. As you switch from your 16-hour day job to your now weekend job. That's one man. He's a machine. Absolute machine. Not a problem, Jen. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Margie. Put up the links. Make sure you add Joe and MT and Uncle Jesse if you're not driving. Sure. Share the.
So one thing that's happened with us is that we changed our live. We worked it out with Simple Life Reclaim because now the kids are back in school. They got homework, and coming on early doesn't work for them anymore. And since we love them to death, we love them kids. We love Mel and Gary. And so now we're moving our live. It's going to stay on Wednesday, but we're going to start it at 9:00 instead of 8:00. We normally on at 8:00.
But we did say that for some of our people that, because we've got a few people that go to bed early, and Lori being one of them from LG, I think we're going to try and do maybe a Sunday afternoon when we're home.
Like at 8:00 at night or 7:00 at night. We're thinking about doing a second one then.
I was thinking.
Well, I don't want to interfere with people going to church and doing all that stuff too. And
See,
a lot of
the
people
only
do stuff
the only
together.
thing with Sunday evening is John and Sherry twice a month.
Right. Well, and that's what I was thinking afternoon. If we go like 2 in the afternoon or something. That's
Yeah.
after church. It's before other people are going online. I don't know of anybody that's at that time, but we'll check.
You may have to just play with it, and
Yeah.
you know, if you get a whole bunch of people Sunday afternoon, because I was considering about Sunday afternoon because nobody was there.
Right.
So, you know, there's people are, you know, yourself, you know, you're home from church, you're just kind of sitting around, and if you don't have family or whatever over, you really don't have a whole lot to do. So
Yeah.
you may even end up with more people watching.
Yeah, I mean, we might, and it might be a, you know, more different people in there, a group of people. We don't know, but we just don't. We agreed, hey, that's a good time for them. The kids are all done, they're bathed, and all that stuff, and they don't have to do it afterwards. And they want to help their kids with their homework and all that stuff, and we get that. And and we're empty nesters, and we have the time, and so we're going to go to Wednesday at 9:00. We asked everybody that was on our live about that also.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best thing. And we like being in SL
Simple Life Reclaimed.
Simple Life Reclaims lives, because I mean we love them. I mean we have
they're great folks.
Good family to family relationship. We've been to their place and stuff like that, and they're just wonderful people. And so we decided we'll go to 9:00 and give them the 8:00 slot. We didn't go earlier because now Come On Homestead. He hasn't been on there for a while, but now he's finally he found a place to live, him and his ex-brother-in-law, and now they're getting ready to ramp back up because they have a place to live. They have a backyard. He wants to go back to his
we didn't want to
show.
take his spot.
We didn't want to take it. We didn't want to push in on him or anything like that.
Well, no, and Tim was saying last night that he's starting to do videos again, and you know, he's starting to get back to his old self. So
Yeah.
you know what? 9:00, there is a lot of people, you know, like myself. Once I lay down, I kind of got to stay there for 3-4 hours. It's usually midnight before I'm even asleep. So there's a lot of us that, you know, it's just you that have to get up really early in the morning to go to work.
We'll have to cut back on the 2-hour lives.
Yeah. I wish we would have took a Thursday night. Then Thursday night I could just, because I don't work on Fridays.
Exactly.
But
that's funny. That is funny. And Margie, if you could put up Raquel's channel as well. She's only got about 20 subs, I think, but
she has me.
Build up.
Margie's doing an awesome job there, Scott.
Oh, I know. She's like a monster. Jesse's like, you know, Jesse's slacking just listening to us. And
I know.
Margie's just, you know, oh, look at that. She's already up to 20 subscribers. Great.
There you go.
So, you know, she's a newer channel, 10 videos up, 20 subs. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And
I was over there the other day, and she was doing a tour of her place and stuff like that. And I mean,
her kitchen, redoing her kitchen. Yeah.
Redoing her kitchen and all that stuff in her place. And I sub to her. I think she, with what she has out there and where she's living and all that, she's got a lot to give on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She was just saying, she was saying that she was able, 15 years ago, she was able to buy that.
That's right. I was number 20.
What's that?
I said I was number 20.
On Rolling with
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she said it's taken away 30 of her subs.
I know, right? It's at comments. I'm telling you, the interaction has got to be there because we're doing the same thing. We were up at 1280, and then all of a sudden we lost 10.
All the way back
then we got to
1260.
1280. Then we went down to 1260, and they're going back and they're looking. Hey, these people aren't interacting anymore. And I seen the same thing on channels that I subscribed from before, and I didn't give them a lot of attention. But then I go back and I resub, and I go back 2 or 3 videos and I watch those and I comment and stuff like that, because I think I'm subbed to like 480 channels. And I watch you, like I tell people on our live, I watch YouTube. I don't watch regular TV at all.
Nope.
Because
don't
I
either.
think it's fascinating watching other people's lives. I mean, the way they live and what they're doing and stuff like that. And I mean, sometimes I know more people's birthdays than I know my own grandchildren's birthdays. It's just you become part of their life, and like everybody says, it's a family because, you know, how many people know about our life? You know what I mean? And how many people know about your life and stuff like that? And before, when we first started, I couldn't remember anybody's name. Now I'm just going, hey, that's and it's for us. We live out in the country. This is our family. I mean, our family visits and stuff like that, and we love that. But I mean, I could be at a bar drinking every night.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably be asleep at the bar.
We're too old. You're far too old for that. I gave that up 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah,
Raquel's has her birthday September 19th, so
there you go.
don't forget.
Yeah,
Well,
September 19th.
that's easy to remember. Debbie's is the 27th. So
Yeah. So yeah.
and it's funny. Rochelle from Brampton Gardner. She's got the same birthday as I do.
Oh wow. Now, if anybody wants to send me something, mine's the 23rd of January.
So you're a week before me. So
yeah, I'm gonna
I'll send you something and then you send it back.
There you go. I'll regift it.
Mine's the day
Yeah.
before
Can you imagine?
birthday.
Yeah. Hers is the 3rd of July, right before 4th of July.
Nice.
Yeah.
What the kids call it now, you don't have a birthday anymore. You have a birthday week.
Oh, is it a week now?
Yeah.
I know some people that try to take advantage of a whole month.
Why is it that people with no money want to celebrate longer?
I know. I'm like, like a lot of the kids that hang around the house here, including my kids, they take their birthday off. I'm like, before they put me on disability, I never had my birthday off.
Yeah. My young kids at work, they always say, hey, can I take Wednesday off? That's my birthday.
And a month later, they've got another birthday.
I go, your birthday? I said, why would you want to take your birthday off? Well, I want to do something. I said, really? I said, they go, don't you take your birthday off? I said, I take my birthday off, but I do it to celebrate that I'm still alive. I do it so I can take my medicine, I can relax, so I can do another year of this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever taken my birthday off. I don't ever take my birthday. I've taken our anniversary off once or twice, but it wasn't on a weekend.
Yeah,
but
this time it's on a weekend, so
yeah,
we've got all this weekend to celebrate.
and we just celebrated being back in the States for a year on the 20th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just had a year back in the States.
And
after
you still
our 5-year stint over in Korea.
And it's only the 2 years, so the kids haven't moved back in.
Oh, they're out.
So the move was worth it.
We moved for 5 years, and apparently they took that as the hint that they're not supposed to move back.
I moved to Korea, took a job in Korea to get all my kids out of my house.
They're afraid that if they do try to move back, we'll move again somewhere, and that we won't even be able to watch the grandkids.
Yeah.
And they can't. They've got to have a babysitter.
So yeah.
And that's it. Like bring the grandkids, you guys take off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like everybody said, if who knew that grandchildren were so much better, we would have just skipped the kids and went straight to grandkids.
That's right.
And I just saw a new face in here. Let me go. It went and jumped.
Barb Halverson?
Yes, Barb, welcome. Hello. And absolutely, YouTube is much better than TV. What I used to watch on TV was virtual stuff like Big Brother back in the day whenever it was actually unscripted.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that kind of thing. And, unless there's something I really want to watch on local news, like forget it.
Yeah.
And you know, so I'm like you, Mike. I'm 100% YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for Debbie and well, Mackenzie's still here, watching like network television,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be paying for it.
Yeah. The news channels don't interest me no more. I'm so sick and tired of all that stuff.
All the extremes.
And
Yeah.
who's right, who's wrong? Right now, I don't care. Just let me live my life. We're happier now that we're not watching news and thinking, hey, the world's doomed and everybody's going to go to,
end tomorrow.
heck in a handbasket and stuff like that. So it's just, I'm just sick of all that stuff. And it's so nice not to have all that stuff on your mind.
Yeah.
I know
Jesse's
it's there. I know it's there because they bombard you on your Facebook and they bombard you on YouTube.
Well, and I do read, like I'll read the news.
But you get to choose what you get to read.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you can decide what you want. And, that's what I like. And like Raquel just said, it's like going to visit a bunch of friends.
Mhm.
I just read that.
And you know what?
Can visit your friends in your underwear.
Yeah.
You don't even have to get dressed and go visit your friends.
I don't have no bottoms on.
Whoa. Too much information, dude.
I'm kidding.
God images.
It's like the newscaster with no pants on, he's just wearing the jacket and the tie.
Yeah. But, and
We
that's,
just lost people.
I honestly think that's where, oh man, look at my numbers are just going. Brrr. Thanks, Mike.
I promise I will not stand up. No.
Oh, now you got Jesse Brutal Bob. Oh, you're in trouble. Now the Brutal Bob's back healthy.
TMI.
Watch out. And did you notice Jesse's little remark whenever he was still driving? Be ready for Ramble because it's a 3-hour tour.
Yeah.
Not today. Actually, yesterday got away from me. I didn't realize that we were on that long. I honestly thought it was an hour and a half.
You do.
You lose.
I mean, we were live the other night for 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I go, wow, how long we been on here? She goes, almost 2 hours ago. Oh, wow.
We should probably be getting off here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yesterday I just kept saying, well, all right, I guess that's it. And somebody did, bring up a different topic, and then everybody talked that topic, and there goes another half hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so it was like, it was Jesse that brought it up in somebody else's live. He's like, I see you were going on a marathon. I'm like, no, I was on less than, 2 hours. He's like, no, you were on for 2 hours and 54 minutes. And I'm like,
because right now, you're 5 minutes away from what, 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yeah. And it can just get away from you. But that's a good thing. I mean,
that's it. You're, the
what else
first
you gonna do?
Donna. Well, it's so cold here today.
Really?
Send some of that down this way.
I'm in a hoodie. It was whenever I got up this morning, it was 60. So we went from 100 to 65 this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was like, most people.
Then your wife has the house temperature down low, so you have to wear a hoodie.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she freezes me out of the house.
Yeah.
Altruistic says you can't believe what they say on the news these days. Laughing out loud, I barely believe the weatherman, right?
Yeah.
I've never believed the weatherman.
No, they're guessing. There was a storm rolled in yesterday, and it's like, what's this? We weren't supposed to have any rain.
You're paying these weathermen, $75,000, $100,000 on the smaller channels and stuff like that, and they can't even get the weather right. Just come on and say, hey, people, it's going to be hot tomorrow.
Look out the window.
Don't give me a temperature. Just say, hey, it's going to be hot again.
Yeah.
Just like it was last year and the year before. Because everybody goes, hey, I don't remember when it's been this hot. I tell them, I said, how about last year? It was just as hot last year as it is this time.
We're Barb at? 111. She down in Arizona?
111.
Whereabouts are you, Barb? And then Raquel, you must be a lot more north than what I am because it's
14 degrees here.
I'm guessing she's talking.
Yeah, she's talking Celsius.
Oh.
At 14
No.
degrees,
Oh,
she'd be at the
oh,
I
that,
was
camera.
gonna
that
look
funny,
out the
that
window.
funny measurement of temperature. Yeah.
Oh, the one that I did not use. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess
Maine,
14.
New Jersey.
I'm 23 in Celsius,
Mesa.
so
She's in Mesa.
Oh, she's in my hometown. I'm from
oh no
Mesa.
way.
I'm from
That
Mesa,
is-
Arizona.
That is just too funny.
Yeah, I graduated from Mesa High School in 1979.
The Fighting Jackrabbits.
The Fighting Jackrabbits of Mesa High.
Wow.
Yeah. And back then there was only 2 high schools in town. Now I think there's like 15. It's crazy. That place has exploded.
What's the population?
Oh, I don't know what it is now. When I was there, Mesa was about 50,000 to 60,000 people. And I think it's like it's huge now. I couldn't even guess what it is now. Because see,
Okay.
when I was a kid, you'd go from Mesa, where I lived, then you had Gilbert, Chandler, and there was all these fields. You know, they used to grow food and melons and cotton and all that. Now you don't even know when you're in another city anymore. You have to look at the police cars and stuff like that to see what town you're in.
Wow.
Yeah, Barb says she's wanting out about 3 miles from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Phoenix and Mesa are massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've all grown together, and I'm telling you, give it another couple years, and it'll all be connected to Tucson. It just keeps growing.
Mike was the only jackalope graduate.
Oh.
I was waiting. Yeah, Heather, it has warmed up. It warmed up 10 degrees since I've been up today, but I was outside earlier, but then Donna had an issue trying to set up their
Oh, it's going down to Ottawa. It's going down to 59 degrees.
Yeah.
15
So-
Celsius tonight.
Heather's about 45 minutes from me. She's south
Oh.
of me.
Barb says that the population of Mesa, where I came from, is 499,000, and that was in 2019.
So yeah.
It grew
Wow.
a little bit. It grew a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few people since you've been there last.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if that must be amalgamation, just swallowing all the little centers all around it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people moved down to Arizona. I'll tell you what, it's grown. I mean, since I was a kid, less than 100,000. Now it's 499,000. So
I know 3 or 4 people that live around us that's where they winter is in Arizona because of the dry heat.
yeah,
And they have really bad arthritis.
yeah,
And that's the only way that they can somewhat survive is they go down there for 6
Well,
months.
I loved Arizona because when we were down there, of course, we were living in southern Arizona.
yeah. We used to live 8 miles from the Mexican
Yeah,
border.
really southern.
Okay.
But I've got allergies. I'm allergic to everything, it seems like. But down there, that's great. No
Yeah.
allergies. It was awesome.
Wow.
And
Barb
the
said
grass
there's
was nice.
Yeah, we got
bad
a
air
military-
quality now.
We got a military base down there. It's called Fort Huachuca. It's in what's the name of the town? Sierra
Sierra
Vista, Arizona, and it's like 8 miles from the Mexican border. So they do all the drone testing there and MI school and all that stuff there. So,
Okay.
for the military. So I took a job down there. We went down there. That was back in the day, and only took the job because my mom's health was really bad. And she lived up in Mesa, and I wanted to be closer and stuff like that. And then we were up there, and within the year she died. So, yeah, we liked it. We loved it, but new job opportunities came around. I didn't have nothing holding me there anymore. So we moved up to Colorado. Big mistake.
Barb
Oh.
said that she moved there from Iowa and got allergies. I moved there from Missouri, and it helped me.
Yeah.
I got rid of my allergies.
Would that be because it's so hot that there's not that many weeds that can grow
There
there?
ain't no grass.
Yeah.
If you see people's grass, like in southern Arizona, it's usually like astroturf they put outside to make it
Okay.
look like grass. But most
Okay.
everybody has like, kind of some kind of gravel or colored stone in their front yard with cactuses and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of grass being grown down
Oh,
there.
with me, it was trees, tree pollen.
Yeah.
Because the oak trees and all that, they were horrible for me.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
moving to Colorado. Colorado's beautiful. Great place to visit. I would never want to live there again.
Yeah. Taxes. We moved there and I got like a $10,000 or $12,000 pay raise to move up there. And I made $3 more a month for
After they
a
took
pay
the-
period
Yeah.
after they took all my taxes from Colorado out because Arizona has a lower tax. And so they kind of made up for that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Colorado's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I love.
But you couldn't hunt because you had to, well, you could deer, but certain things you had to
You still had to put in for.
put in for a draw. And,
Yeah.
it just,
Wow.
yeah,
And-
and it's expensive. It's very
It's expensive to
there
live there.
because California has taken over Colorado for the most part.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Housing's gone insane.
I mean, right now,
I mean,
you
we
put a house
sold-
up for sale there and it's sold
We sold our house
in 14 days. We sold our house in
It was
14 days
gone, and for
People that
a
moved
lot
from
more than
California,
what we paid.
and they paid cash for it. 14 days we closed on a house.
So that's
Insane.
what's happening here right now is the larger centers, now that they know that their employers are letting them work from home,
Mhm.
they're coming to rural communities like ours, and that's who's driving the price of these houses so
Yeah.
friggin' far up that because they're selling $1.5 million home in Toronto, or even Vancouver. My neighbor directly beside me here, they moved here about 5 or 6 years ago. He's originally from Missouri, met his wife, moved to Vancouver, and then they bought this house beside me, and it was about $150,000 overpriced. They paid cash.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, and moving from Missouri to there had to have been a sticker shock because
Well,
It's cheap in Missouri.
it's cheap in Missouri. Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, and Vancouver is the highest
Mhm.
cost place to live in Canada
Yeah.
because it's really not even owned by Canada.
Yeah. I was
So-
shocked when I
Yeah, it's
lived
primarily owned by China.
I lived
Oh,
in
wow.
the Pacific
Chinese
Northwest.
investments.
Sure. Well, that comes all the way up from Seattle and all that too.
Yeah. I lived just outside of Seattle back when I was a lot younger, and it was right when the tech started taking off. So it hadn't really hit there yet. So it was still nice there. You could live there. Fairly cheap. It wasn't bad. Within a couple years, it went insane in Seattle.
Yeah.
Just absolutely, prices went crazy because everybody was moving up there to start in on the tech industry, and they figured out that the weather was really nice there and not as rainy as everybody said.
Yeah, you can get some good Chinese food at the Mariners game
You can.
and the Seahawks game because it's all owned by the Chinese.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy.
you have to walk all the way around and find that one hot dog stand.
See,
yeah.
and then Toronto's more mafia based, where it's Italian, that kind of it's more Italian. A lot of the construction industry there is mafia owned.
What is it like? Canada's New York City area, like kind of like living
Pretty cleaner
though,
and not as dense.
but they have their corruption.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everywhere has their
Yeah.
Well, some places are worse.
More
than
so,
others.
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And it trickled somewhat to Ottawa, but the small players are in Ottawa, but it's not near as bad as Toronto. Montreal, if you threw another million, another 10 million into Toronto, you'd be somewhat closer to, or Montreal, I should say. You'd be closer to New York City.
Yeah.
Because it's not, it still has like the old subway system, and it's not very clean.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, Margie, I'm not kidding.
Clean New York. That's an oxymoron, isn't
Yeah,
it?
clean New York. I know a lot of people are leaving New York City and New York State and heading to other places after this last 2 years. I mean, there's been a lot of people pushed to the brink with policy and stuff like that, and things like that. So it's hard. And the people I feel really bad for is those good police officers. And I get it. I was in law enforcement for years, and I know that there's bad cops, there's good cops, but I think there's more good cops that are in there for the right reason, and they all have to take the rap for it. So a lot of seasoned police officers in those big cities are just retiring. They're just leaving in droves, and it's not helping the city, number one. And then there's a lot of people that said, go into law enforcement? Are you nuts? And be hated by the world? So it's just getting crazy. I just think people need to go back to loving each other. And we've made so many strides over the years, but it hurts me inside that so many people died for this.
Yeah.
To stray away from God, number one, and it's all earthly bound stuff that they're worried about, and it's not. Here's what I believe is, this is just a blink in our life. The long haul is after this life. So you just gotta, I try to be nice to people. I try to be a friend to people. I listen to people. And sometimes, there are some people that are pretty radical in the way they're thinking and all this other stuff. But you have a right to think the way you want to think, do what you want to do. It's like one guy said, he goes, it's not against the law until you get caught, but I don't think that way. I mean, no. When you stop and think, says, hey, I'm about to do something. I mean, that says you have a conscience. Yep. You know what I mean? And I just think people need to start loving each other, be more like family, because we got more in common than we do differences. If you believe that the world was started by Adam and Eve, we're all brothers and sisters.
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's Connie. Hi, Connie. How are you?
Connie?
I'm sorry I got off on my soapbox.
Hi, Connie. Hi, Lori.
I totally
helping people.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I've started at a young age, and
the last 3-acre farm available.
Jesse.
For you, Jesse, there's probably about $1 million though it's going to cost you to get that 3-acre farm.
Mm-hmm.
But it might come with a tractor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should have bought mine with a tractor clause.
Sorry, Terry.
So Lori comes in and we start the tractor stuff to get us fighting. I know how it works.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I just
a shit stir.
It is. Lori sends the vibe where everybody wants to fight.
I know.
Because she won't let you hug her.
I know. What's up with that?
I don't know.
And when you do hug her, she goes like this and she cringes up like, oh. And I just hug her anyway. I hug her.
She can't be human.
In Sulphur, I hugged her like 2 or 3 times. And I just seen her eyes. She's like going, "Oh my God."
That's
I said,
why
"This
she's
is
been
what-"
in therapy.
And I said, "Yes, this is going to happen."
You messed her up. She's had anxiety ever since then. Oh my God.
I said, "Come here." I said, "Come here to Papa Bear. Let me give you a hug."
Look at she ran away.
She's speechless.
Oh
No,
no!
we love Lori and Greg.
Did you read Mike's comment? He's at his 10th store trying to find feed for his dairy cows.
Oh wow!
Oh no.
Might have to come to Oklahoma. We got lots of it. I was in the store the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you got one of those, what do they call those trailers that hold like 1,500 a ton of feed in it? Yeah, that's what they do around here because there's so much cattle around here. You just go there, you pull underneath one of those things, and you say, "I want this, this, and this," and all these feed bins empty into one, and they fill up your thing, and you go home. Or you get it like they sell it in like 1,200-pound bags.
Yeah.
In the sacks.
Yeah, it's like,
Or I know what you mean there. The trailer that Daniel has and Kevin's got 2 of them, or he was going to get rid of one, but
yeah,
it holds like a ton or a little over a ton.
Yeah, and you get it at a cheaper price that way.
Yeah.
I don't know where our goats are, Lori. We're still waiting. I don't know.
Still waiting on the guy to.
They're coming in the tractor.
Yeah, because we're trying to get 2 St. Croix sheep, a male and a female.
Yeah, we want sheep.
St. Croix sheep are, because we want a breeding pair of St. Croix sheep because they're really parasite resistant. They're probably the best there is, and everybody wants to breed into it to get that parasite resistant stuff. That's just naturally with them. And then we're trying to get 2 goats, a breeding pair of goats, and they'll stay on the farm forever. And what we do with the offspring and stuff like that, we'll see.
Lori, we keep going back and forth. I keep saying sheep. He keeps saying goats. I don't know.
We can get both.
I was going to say, you got 3 acres, fill it up.
Got to keep them separated. Isn't that
keep them separated?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say something worse, Tamford. You know, he says that you and I look alike.
Hey,
there you go. Must be the goatee.
Adam and Eve.
Whoa.
Yes, Connie. I did get my hair cut.
Look at that.
Really short in the back.
Yeah,
no, they did a really good job.
Thank you. Chicks. Our chicks are good. We lost 1 more meat chicken, so we're down to 25 meat chickens.
They had poop butt.
I think it did.
We missed it. We didn't see that one.
Yeah, Mike was telling us he had one that committed suicide, jumped out.
Yeah.
Leapt to its death.
We opened up the thing and it just ran right out and bam, because it's up on. It's like 3.5 foot off the ground. It's a brooder, and I think it's 6 foot by 4 foot, and 2 foot tall. So we do that. We use that as a brooder because when we first started getting chicks, she put them in our safe room where all my guns are. She brought in this big metal thing, a watering trough inside my arms, my safe room.
Your safe room.
And she raised the chicks in there, and I had to build the pen out there to get them out of there because I had chicken dust all over my guns and rifles and all that stuff. So I had to say that. I don't know if I can say that, but that wasn't cool. So I had to get them out of there, and I built that thing out there in the garage.
I didn't realize they'd make that much dust.
Oh, they make some dust. They're nasty.
They do.
Yeah.
They kick up a lot of dust.
But it gave me a chance to clean all my guns.
I'm not sure who that is, Craig, but you know, we're friends. Don't turn into enemies.
Who's that?
Mick Foley?
Mick Foley, he's a wrestler.
Foley.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Old school wrestler.
Yeah.
Back in the
he used to put the
90s,
sock puppet on his hand.
Yeah, he was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy.
Okay, maybe. Crazy. Good possibility. But
Your pew pew, Lori.
Oh, pew pew. I got to use pew pew. That's right.
yeah, they're actually, they haven't really been hitting anybody for saying that.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think they do it if you just say it. I think it's
They're
more of
actually
a-
hitting people for saying the S word
What's the S word?
more.
oh,
Subscribers.
well, yeah, he just said I wouldn't. I was going to tell him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put out like a weekly bulletin. Don't do this. Don't do that. Conform.
I give up and I look about once a
Gotta
month. And
assimilate.
see,
Yeah. What are the Borg?
The board.
Is YouTube becoming the Borg?
pretty much. And, I just, once a month, I look through my videos and see if I've got nailed with anything. And touch wood, they've only got me on one thing.
Yeah.
And that was whenever I was building the raised garden beds. And I had some old time rock and roll playing. You could barely make it out.
Yeah.
But it was enough that their computer picked it up and hit me with. But all that I did is just said, okay, get rid of it. And they took the sound out. I don't know how the heck they did it. They took the sound out, but my voice was still there.
Thank
And
you,
they did all the
Tom.
work. So, oh yes, Big Brother Barb, they're after us.
They are.
But we are playing in their sandbox.
Yeah.
So, that's why everybody's like, oh, well, they take so much money. Well, they're giving us a platform to do what we're doing.
Right.
So unfortunately, yeah, they're playing video or commercials on my stuff now. Couple of my videos.
They did on ours too.
Ours is doing that
Yeah.
too.
Well, and it's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like I'm nowhere close to being monetized.
Yeah.
And yeah, now they're starting to play commercials.
Mhm.
I've had a couple people take a shot and send it to me and say, "You're monetized? Congratulations." I'm like, no, not even close. Why? Well, here's your video.
No,
And they're playing commercials.
They sat in a boardroom and they said, hey, how can we make more money
Yeah.
for our
exactly.
stockholders and for us? And someone says, hey, why don't we just put commercials on everybody? And the guy goes, wow, yeah, let's do that. And now guess what? They doubled their advertisement. They're making more money for themselves and the stockholders. And I get that. That's part of business. And you have to work your tail off before we will even acknowledge you and stuff like that. So it's business. I get that. I love YouTube. It's integrated into our lives, but it's frustrating sometimes to keep up with all the do's and don'ts. It's more don'ts than do's.
Yep.
And play by our rules. It's our football, or we'll take the football home with us. I get that. But it is frustrating, and people just got to stop being so angry about it. I get it when they change in midstream and it hurts channels and you've worked so hard to get where you're at. I get that. But again, it's their money.
You just got to enjoy it.
You got to enjoy it.
For whatever it.
Well, and like I said, the last 2 weeks, I got 100 watch hours out of 4 lives. So we'll see what this week brings. But I know darn well, I average between 25 to usually I'll shut down if I get down around 10 or 12. So I'm not nowhere ever below 10. And, that was our one marathon that we went on for 3 hours and 10 minutes. But what am I going to say or do? They're giving me the opportunity to have a lot of fun and a lot of laughs and whatever with people all over the world.
Yeah. Well, look at Raquel. She said, I love YouTube. I was sitting around waiting for on my funeral until I met all of you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
You never have to be alone as long as you've got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Or you've got a cell phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to be alone. And guess what? I am happier now than I've been happier in a long time, because I have my job, and then I have a family to come home to, and then I got all my distant relatives right here on a square box. Okay. And I absolutely, I mean, I'm 60 years old and I learned so much every single day. I can turn on, if I didn't learn nothing at work, guess what? I'll learn something. Like today, I was watching Anthony and Roxanne, Country Road Cure.
Yeah, starting to do their stuff.
Okay. I didn't know the rules and regulations of putting up a pole just to get electric. Okay. I didn't know all that stuff. I just figured someone built your house and it was all there. But if you're building it yourself, there's a lot of hoops you got to go through. So it's just things like that that just makes YouTube so relatable for me. And if I don't know how to do something or I can't fix something, all I have to do is search. And guess what? Somebody's gone through this before. They're not all right, but they're not all wrong. So you got to pick and choose what you want to use. So
I don't think so, Jesse, but I'll try to get there. He says that with my 3-hour lives, I'm going to be monetized before you two.
Yeah, right.
No, because they're catching up too. They're doing their 2-hour lives now. So now it's just a street race.
I guess I could check real quick.
What's that? Hang on 1 second. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Lori asked what your numbers were.
I have no idea. She's looking at it right now.
Yeah, Tim, if you like some Australian friends, you got to subscribe to Hoops.
3 subscribers.
Yeah, see, we lost 3 subscribers and just this morning.
Just this morning.
Oh, great! Since my live, I've gained
we were at 1275, and now we're at 1272, and that was just from last night to now. But we're at 3,801 watch hours.
Yeah. So we need 199.
199.
And I don't get that, because you guys were at like 500 hours not that long ago.
Yeah,
and I know
it slowed down immensely. And it's like, I've been putting out more videos. We've been doing just as many lives.
And I know I've ran you 2 different nights on autoplay with the volume up 1 notch so that they think that I'm,
Now we did that for Lori last night.
So, I just don't get why you're
it's just expect the last 500 hours is like watching paint dry.
Brutal Bob says, might go back and read my comment about learning.
About learning? Oh, no, I did that. If you don't learn something every day.
Oh, yeah.
I read that.
Yeah.
YouTube takes away 1 sub for every hour
you do a live.
Well, there you go. That's it.
Must be.
Yeah. I'm in trouble because, with StreamYard, I think after today I'm going to have 5 hours left and I don't reset until the 8th.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's why we're on Streamlabs.
Yeah, what's the difference between Yard and Labs? Oh, you pay for yours though, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But it has a donate button and it has all these other things, and you can really customize your stuff on there and things like that. And you don't have a Nightbot.
Well, you can use Nightbot.
You can use Nightbot
still, but I don't. I avoid Nightbot.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like Tim, or no, Tim uses it, but there was somebody that it got on their nerves and they banned Nightbot. And she hasn't been back since.
I was on Gray Mountain Farms one night, and everything I said, I could do no right. And it was like, what am I doing? Because I wasn't putting, it said, oh, quit using caps. I didn't use caps. Quit using so many emojis. I put 3 emojis up. What?
Yeah.
But that's the new rule
They
from
blocked.
YouTube.
Yeah, they blocked Nightbot. So
I got to say, today nobody's been blocked.
Thank
Usually
you,
we get.
Bob.
thank you.
Oh, great deal, Bob.
So we're down to 2.
But that's it. It's if people don't come by and watch every now and again, that computer, now that it's not being run by people.
But it's kind of frustrating. And I tell you, like I said, we went up to 1280 and went all the way. I mean, the next day down to 1260, and it happens. It happens to everybody, but it's slowly. But then it goes back. It's just, and I think they're really looking at interaction. You might have interacted when you first subbed somebody, because I went to like 2 channels yesterday. I know I'm subbed to, and I had to resub to them.
Yeah. So
Look at how many times I've had to resub to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always on your lives. I'm always watching your stuff.
Brian.
Yeah. Well, they go, hey, there's trouble.
Well, yeah,
There's Scott. There's Scott.
I've gone on Castle Hives, I don't know how many times, and had to sub like 3 or 4 times now. Every time I get dropped, I'm like, what are you? I go there. I don't understand. I leave comments. How am I not interacting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lori says, is there somebody you want me to block?
Did you say you wanted me to block someone?
If you feel up to it, I guess.
I don't know who you're gonna block.
If Uncle Jesse's out of control, maybe. Oh no, you can't. He's
a
blue like
moderator.
you. So you're not blocking. Yeah, I guess if you really want to block somebody, feel free. But that's it, Raquel. And I've said that. Mr. Beast has 66 million active viewers. Don't think so.
Yeah, 66 million people.
Yeah.
The same amount that voted for the president of the United States
Yeah.
is actively watching your channel.
Yeah.
I can't swallow that.
He's probably got 2 million. But
I will tell you that YouTube is making a lot of money off of him.
Yeah.
Well, that's
A
it.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guaranteed.
He's also making a lot of money off of YouTube. But
Yeah.
I got to say that young man, for as crazy as it is, he does give a lot of it away.
Yeah. Or PewDiePie. Yep. There's another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that you're going, there's no way. And then the one that I watched, Sophia.
Sophia?
Sophia Nygaard. She used to be on BuzzFeed or something. And she has her own channel, and she has 6 million viewers. But she kind of went AWOL for a while because she got married and they moved to New York. And it's but you still have 6 million views. You hadn't put anything on your channel.
But what a great creator she is, and
She
what
is awesome.
the way she taught. I mean, she is awesome in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And she watches her. What's her name?
Sophia Nygaard. I watch her,
Yeah.
and then I watch
We're not propping for
No.
her, but she has a lot of great stuff.
yeah.
I think
Well,
I think my girls watch it as well,
yeah.
because I've heard that name
A
before.
lot of she does the Franken lip gloss and Franken candles and all. She goes and buys all this stuff and mixes all these candle things together.
Yeah, she's really. I mean, she's good. She does a lot more than that, but
Yeah.
she's really good.
and clothing. Yeah.
And-
it's all stuff.
Yes, Connie, I always, if I'm running a channel at night, it's always with volume. And then I just have it go to one of my headsets, and which I can't hear. So, I always run it, and it's always in the foreground. I turn my.
I'm just wondering if you have to leave comments. You know what I'm saying? If you run it all the time, are they catching on that people are just running it and they're not leaving comments?
There's a lot of people.
I appreciate
There's
it. No matter
probably
what.
billions of people that don't leave a comment.
I'm guilty.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can't leave a comment if you're watching on the television, which we do a lot. We'll watch on television.
Yeah, but
and-
we do hit the thumbs up, and that's an
well,
interaction.
yeah, we'll hit the thumbs
Well,
up.
and that's it. I thumbs up everybody, but if I'm laying in bed half asleep, 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, I probably won't comment, but I always give a thumbs up. So it should at least show that I'm doing some kind of interaction with them, you know?
Apparently, Vision Acre Homestead got a show out from January a few hours ago.
Really?
Hmm.
Well, Mike's right there. He'll tell us about it.
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that. Oh, and I got a comment from 6 months ago. Not even 6 months ago. I started in May, and this comment
Shout out.
was
Simply Dave.
left in April. I just got it Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I find comments missing all the time. Well, and I've replied back to people,
Yeah.
that have left comments, and then my reply disappears, the likes disappear. It's like, what? I just did this. I know it was there.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah.
Vision Acres
No,
got a shout out from Simply Jam. That's what that was.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
Still watching, you.
Yeah.
absolutely. So I really don't want to upset, Uncle Jesse. So maybe we'll cut it at 2 hours and 30 minutes today,
There you go.
just so that, he can't.
Wait.
I was going to say he can't complain.
Is there anybody
What's that?
nobody's on after Scott?
Oh, we should go live.
There you go.
We'll keep Jesse busy.
So, okay, everybody, in 5 minutes, Terry and Mike are going to go live, and we'll all jump over there.
There you go. There you go.
And we could just take the conversation over there.
And I have time to go put some pants on.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, that and I
Go
grab-
to the bathroom. There you go. It's going to give Terry enough
This is
time to go to the
intermission.
bathroom,
Yeah.
get a beverage,
Yeah.
and we'll meet over on Mike and Terry's. Yes, really, Lori.
Yeah.
Yes, Lori.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
not
keep
joking,
you and
I
Jesse
promise.
busy all afternoon.
Yeah. We're gonna do a crazy Ed.
Yeah, so we can just keep. Okay, so now what you're telling me is if we start that, then I've got to go pay for this. No, I'm honestly going to look at your Streamlabs that you guys are all talking about, and if it's worth it, because the paid version of StreamYard is,
I can't remember. I looked at both.
I think it's $20 a month.
Right. I looked at
And-
both. I liked the benefits better that Streamlab gives you.
Okay.
And I don't think Streamlabs was that much.
It's 12.
$12.99 a month. And you
Oh.
get the merch shop and
Yeah, you get a merch shop.
yeah.
You know
Well-
where you ordered the shirt? It's all through Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Okay, I've already got scammed twice. Once by a digital because they're saying my logo doesn't adhere to people being able to print it on a shirt. So they wanted me to go to a designer, and they wanted like $200. And I'm like, yeah, no, whoa,
Streamlabs,
I'm
I
not-
went on. I uploaded our file. I could put it on whatever I wanted that they had available, and no problem. And you got your shirt. I got my shirt from them. No problem.
Now, somebody was
And you
telling
can
me,
set your profit however much you want. We set ours low because we didn't want, we're not looking to make a lot of money off it. We were just wanting to make sure that y'all in Canada or wherever could get a shirt.
well, I think this is the one that Jesse sent. Yes, this is at a bonfire. And there's a lot of custom stuff with Bonfire. I'm really sheepish to go with them because I was just really scared whenever they said that I would be responsible for paying taxes on the duty.
Yeah. Now, see, and I don't know how that'll work with Streamlabs. You'd have to look because they
Yeah.
may have something similar with
It's worth a look because
Yeah.
there's one that I may go with out of BC. They service both Canada and the US. Very, very reasonable priced, but their merchandise is priced a lot higher.
Right.
So, it's still going to be, I might make $2 a shirt.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? Because all that I'm going to do with the merch anyways is I have already something in my head designed that whatever I sell of that is going to go strictly to my football program in support of my football program. And then I'll have one for Special Olympics and then one for the channel, which I've already asked them, can I not take any money and you just send me merch? And then I just give it away. I'm not really looking.
This
I'm
is the
not-
shirt that I've got on our merch store.
Well, I love the quality of your shirt too. It's a little bit.
Raquel was asking. She said she liked the pink, but it's on our merch store. Our links on our live. I think it takes you to the one that's the donate page. Ignore that. Go up to the top once you go there, and there's a little thing that says merch. You can click on it, and it'll take you there. Or I think I put it on our videos on our about on the videos too. So, and any money that we get, we pretty much end up donating back to other channels or altruistic farms. So we're not.
That's what it's all about. I can still afford, sauce on my noodles.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
Yep.
And, I was raised that that we didn't have sauce on our noodles. So
Lori thought you were going to go put pants on.
What?
Whoa, Lori, you got
Somebody
Lori,
was
wait.
going to tea.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
All right.
She's got to wait until the camera goes off.
All right.
All right. So give us about 5 minutes, and we're going to come back on live.
Yep.
All right.
About 3:15 Central.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. Thank everybody. And actually, can one of the mods put up MT Homestead for anybody that doesn't have Mike and Terry's channel? Let's at least try to get them 3 more subscribers so they break even today.
There you go.
Renew our subscriber, our friends.
Oh, there, Uncle Jesse will throw that up.
All right.
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay.
All right. We're clicking out of here.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. So, yeah, if everybody can go over to Mike and Terry's, there, Lori just put great folks. And there you go. Mike's out. And yeah, let's flip over and go say hello to Mike and Terry. And they only need 150 more watch hours and then they can be monetized. So let's show the love. And I appreciate all the new people that are here today. It means so much. And I do 2 lives a week. I try to keep them short. Sometimes it doesn't really work, but yeah. Thursday's Procrastination Thursday from 1:30 Eastern, and Friday's my normal time, 1:30 on Rambling Fridays. And this is pretty much what my lives are, is chatting with people, trying to promote other channels, and sharing the love. So everybody be kind, be safe, God bless, and I'll see you over on Mike and Terry's channel. Take care, guys.